Alexander Ljungkrantz has re-upped his contract with Brynas, signing for 2 more years. So what does this mean for the Islanders prospect? Hit that subscribe button, do not miss a video. Also go to Twitter, follow at TiloMitch. That's me. Don't miss any breaking information about Islanders prospects I've yet to cover on the channel. Alexander Ljungkrantz has signed a 2-year contract with Brynas. He is now signed up until 24-25 with his hometown team. So what does that mean for the Islanders prospect? It really simply means that he signed with them until 24-25. There's nothing really more to it. But I guess the meat of that question would be, is he going to not come over? Or is he just not coming over to North America? And I guess the answer to that would be Lou Lamoriello doesn't really let prospects just go like that. That's just not his thing. When you look at the list of players he's drafted as a GM for the New York Islanders, you'll see that most of these guys haven't slipped through his fingers at the North American level just yet. And so if we bring that up here, so thank you, Cap Friendly, for that. And so these are all the prospects that he selected as a GM of the New York Islanders. And you can probably forget most of the picks taken in 2021 and 2022 because none of them are first-round picks. They're not going to be NHL ready by now. But below that, most of these guys, he's either taking a look at now or ready to be taking a look at. And specifically, when you look at that 2020 draft, you got William Dufault, who's already playing for the Bridgeport Islanders. Henrik Tikkanen is playing at the ECHL level, though Henrik is not signed to an NHL contract. But he's still within the Islanders' umbrella, if you will, North American umbrella. And then the other 2 players in that draft, 3 players, is Ljungkrantz, who just signed for 2 years, Alex Jeffries, who we hope will take the next step and become a pro next year, and then Matias Rajaniemi over in Finland, who's not really having a great year, but he's not really playing for a great team. But when you go below that, you start seeing these players, and, well, none of them have really escaped Lou Lamoriello, if you will. Felix Bibeau, Cole Koski, all got a look. You go even further down. Ruslan Shukov is just getting his look this year. Jacob Skarik getting his look, obviously. Jacob Pavanka, not yet, but he's in year 5 at the college level playing for Omaha, Nebraska. And so he's in his 5th year of college. He will transition out of the college game at the end of this year and ideally go pro. Ideally. And the same thing goes for Christian Krieger here, who was the 7th round pick in 2018, right? He's also in his 5th year of college hockey. And so he hasn't yet transitioned to the pro game or isn't ready yet for the pro game, if you will, but that will probably change next year. And then if you bring up this, well, I did bring it up, but you look at this, these entries here, these are obviously draft picks made after or before Lou, I should say, right? Because it starts in 2017. And the guys that I've highlighted are the only ones he hasn't yet given a look to. Andon Song obviously not as well, but I didn't really know what to do there because Andon Song isn't even playing for Cornell, so that's just not going to happen. And then Peter Hansen, I don't think was ever coming over at all. I think that decision was made well before Lou. So I'm not really knocking Lou, if you will, for that. But Nick Pastujov was a guy that he didn't sign at all to an NHL contract. Never even played for Bridgeport or Worcester. David Quenneville was traded. That's why the blue trademark is there, or blue mark is there. He was traded to the New Jersey Devils in the Palmieri trade. No, sorry, the Andy Green trade. And then you have Ben Mirages, who just left Providence under mysterious circumstances. And then Logan Cockrell's the one guy that he really didn't sign. Went over to Sweden. And so when you look at that kind of resume of prospects within the Islanders system under Lou Lamoriello or guys drafted by Lou, he doesn't necessarily let them go, right? He'll take a look. Why not? I drafted this kid. Might as well take a look at him, even if it's just at the ECHL level. That's what our prospect pool system is for. And so the second question was, well, are we missing something here? What is Alexander Ljungkrantz just lighting things up, and we should be having him, we should be upset about this contract that he signed with Brynas, because it should be signing with us. Lou, why did you let this guy slip? Well, first off, right, he hasn't slipped. We've already established that. But when it comes to Ljungkrantz, he's not really doing the thing, if you will. So I'm bringing up his stats here. I'm going to scroll in so you can see it a little bit better. So this year with Brynas, he's playing strictly at the SHL level, nowhere else. 10 points, 41 games. Not bad. It has bumped up his NHLE to a higher point than it has been in previous years, and I'll bring that up in a second. But when you look, previous year, 10 points in 34 games at the Allsvenskan's level, that really stunk. Like, that is really bad. This is the level below the SHL, and he has the same production. So while this looks good, 10 points in 41 SHL games, this does not. And so when I look at the growth for the player, again, I'll zoom in here. He's basically double his NHLE from last year based off of all of his production across all club level hockey to where he's at now at 11.3. So we're not really missing a whole lot, if you will. And it's not like he's playing a lot for Brynas either. So I've got this graph here, and I'll scroll in just a little bit more. The blue line is his ice time per game, right? So he's already got a couple of times that he's hit 0. He's dressed but didn't play at all. But you can see that he's playing between 10 and 5 minutes, mainly. He's got this chunk here where he's playing above 10 to 15 minutes a game, but it started to dip. And the reason for this ice time is you can see these red bars is production, so points per game type of thing. And you can see that once these started accumulating points, well, the ice time went up. And then you see that dip here where he's got 2 points in, I think that's like 15, 20 games, and the ice time has started to dip. It has gone back up, but that's because of injury for Brynas, and it is, as you can see, starting to dip back down again. So he's signed for a couple of years. I don't think we'll see him at the AHL level until at the earliest 2 years. So not next year, but the year after that. Again, at the earliest. So that's the update on Alex Ljungkrantz. Thank you for watching. Thank you for following. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit that button. And if you have, thank you, thank you, thank you.